Hey folks, what's here? Welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and today we're gonna go over, I guess, not Suit Sabrina. That would be pretty cool if we had a Suit Sabrina, but Alakazam, and I almost said Suit Sabrina again. Why am I saying Suit Sabrina? Or I'm trying to say Suit Sabrina. It's actually quite hard to say. It's 3 S's, but yeah, Sabrina Alakazam's Synchrid. So there's a lot of things that you can actually do with this Synchrid. Obviously, as we've seen before, I did a video with Alakazam doing damage. He does a lot of damage, right? And there's also, you know, you could also build it for its intentional use, which was to be a support. So we'll go through all of them, right? Let's first go through a build with, or a sort of build that you could go for when you're at 1 out of 5. When you're at 1 out of 5, honestly, there isn't really much to do, but it's not bad because you have the most important skill for Battle Villa unlocked at 1 out of 5, which is 6th Sense MP Refresh 3. So this is basically Potion Pikachu with like less heals, but +3 special attack and +3 accuracy every time you use it. Not +3 accuracy. That would be insane. Also slightly unnecessary. Well, it wouldn't be necessary, but you know. So this is like a better version of what Potion Pikachu has to offer at the moment, right? 6th Sense, because you also get +3 special attack while you're at it. There's a lot of, you know, strikers that in the Battleville that could really use that, right? Stuff like Sceptile, Charizard, right? Even though Charizard again has its own boost, but in Battleville you want to conserve your MP as much as possible. So you have to find other ways to, you have to manage your MP, right? So MP refresh on 6th Sense is great. What else? Interesting, Mewtwo, right? A lot of strikers that are super useful in Battlevilla would really appreciate this, right? For 6th Sense MP refresh. So basically, like, that's your like biggest one. Everything else is kind of like whatever. You can't really go for DPS since a lot of these nodes, the second nodes, are locked after your sync level 2, right? And Crit Strike 2 is that's at sync level 3. And you can't get any of these reflect runs. Well, you can get MP refresh for reflect, which is not bad, but I mean, here's the thing with like reflect. Reflect is a really good move, right? But it's also 3 gauges, so in Battlevilla, you know, gauge is a slight issue. If you're running a team comp with no issues with gauge, right? If it's, you know, doing like Rapidash and Charizard, then sure, go for it, right? But yeah, again, like I said before, Alakazam, not too many things. Like move gauge refresh for Psybeam is locked under after sync level 3. I guess you could do psychic move gauge refresh, but like that's like the extent that you could go for damage, right? Just like honestly, for 1 out of 5, just go for support. You'll be a fantastic support just with these two, right? Again, especially in Battlevilla. Again, unfortunately, like you don't have Crit Squad and or Dire Hit all MP refreshes, but again, these two are all you need in Battleville, honestly. Well, more so this one. This is situational. In certain situations, it can be really good. Other situations, not so much. So basically, just pick up all the other stuff. Prioritize the defensive nodes, right? And I mean, if you want Grand Entry, bit of, you know, chip damage there with Psybeam when you're trying to, you know, farm for sync moves on your, you know, main pair. But again, 1 out of 5, you don't have too many nodes to go off of, right? Just fill it as much as possible, right? Yeah, I can't even like what if we like choose every single grid? Okay, no, we don't have enough for like every single one, but like it's, again, not too much we could go off of, right? Oh, there's a special attack down here. Let's take away one of these then. But yeah, there you go. Actually, this is probably better. Never mind. But yeah, 1 out of 5, you basically just take all of them. There's nothing much to talk about here. So let's go to 2 out of 5, dude. So 2 out of 5 is slightly more interesting because you have a lot of really good stuff unlocked, right? So again, we're gonna go for like a support kind of build, Villa support. Like Villa support and like regular support, like regular co-op support, is like what super different, because no point picking up 6th Sense MP refresh if you're like doing co-op or like just regular single player content, right? But in Villa, again, this is just really good. You probably do want to pick that. Pick up Dire Hit Critical Squad because it's Dire Hit all Critical Squad. For Villa, again, you probably do want to pick up the MP refresh on Dire Hit all as well. So those are your main ones, right? Where is the... Oh, Reflect is up there. Reflect, you can't get Pep Rally, unfortunately, but you can get Move Gauge Refresh on your Reflect. Do you really want to get it though? That's like the issue, right? Like, sure, you could get it, but like, how often are you gonna like use Reflect? Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, look, that's 10 energy total for 2 of these, right? And like, you only have 2 uses of Reflect total, and you're banking on a 60% chance, so you'll get like 1 move gauge, an extra 1 move gauge. I probably would spend like it on speed instead, honestly, and like just defenses and all that stuff. You know, that's maybe that one. That's a bit more worth it, right? That's 10. But if you want to go for that, that's fine as well. Or if you want to take one of those off and like put in Grand Entry again for chip damage on side beam, you could do that as well. But I'd probably take defenses, honestly, again, if it's Villa we're talking about, right? At 2 out of 5, Alakazam could actually do some damage, right? It could pick up some interesting damaging nodes. Let's assume we're gonna go for like a damage dealer kind of route, right? So this is not for Villa, obviously. Then you could pick up some psychic nodes here, right? Which are pretty nice. Get move gauge refresh for psychic. Unfortunately, you don't get critical countdown, which would have been nice, but not that big of a deal. And you don't get critical strike, which these are like the big ones here, that you can't get with 2 out of 5 for, again, like a damaging build, right? So yeah, and I'll just fill the rest of the nodes with just like, I guess, stats or whatever. So any more stat nodes? There's one more. Or you guys, oh, since you're a striker, there's go get speed, instead, and take out either take out the HP or Grand Entry. Actually, no, yeah, this is more expensive. Just take out HP then. So let's go to 3 out of 5. So 3 out of 5 is where Alakazam, which again, you don't need 3 out of 5 to make Alakazam really good. 1 out of 5 is great, because you know you have 6 cents MP refresh. 2 out of 5 is incredible. 3 out of 5 is just like, what the heck, right? So you get all this stuff, like, again, we're gonna go for like a Villa support first, right? Oops, I say that if I click Grand Entry. Get Dire Hit all Critical Squad. Go up here, get Reflect Pep Rally, get an MP refresh on Reflect. What else we got? Oh, down here, Dire Hit all MP refresh. This is also great. You know, it just turns it into like Dire Hit all plus, and then you get an MP refresh on that. If you want, you could put on the ropes 3. That's 30% damage reduction here. If not, like if you want to go for like move gauge refresh for Reflect, then you go for that as well. Or if you just want like stats, that's also fine. There's also like other stuff that you could do. If you're more worried, if you want like Alakazam to be like a you know, if you're going like against a boss and you don't have to worry about the MP refresh stuff, and you have like a more self-sufficient striker, you could like make Alakazam into like some kind of monstrous like a move gauge slash like critical or a sync move countdown kind of build, right? You could pick that up, get Dire Hit Critical Squad, so you crit on every hit, and then you spam side beam, get move gauge refreshes on your side beam, and then every time you crit, you have a 10% chance to decrease your the sync move countdown by 1 more, right? So that's pretty cool as well. Let's throw in some kind of a deep damage build, right? Obviously, you do want to get Alakazam as a striker is one of the most self-sufficient strikers in the game. You know, like Olivia is decently self-sufficient, right? She just have like a slight issue with her sync move crit, but you know, aside from that, you know, Olivia's like a completely self-sufficient striker. Stuff like Sceptile, right? like you got like everything. You got max attack or special attack boost, or max crit boost, right? That's you know, that's the definition of a self-sufficient striker, right? And Alakazam does have that. So you go over here, pick up Dire Hit All Critical Swat, so we get max crit, and you already have max special attack up with 6th Sense, right? So now we just need damage. So go around here, pick up some psychic nodes, right? All that stuff. And then go up here, get Critical Strike. Critical Strike is basically how Alakazam does most of its damage, right? And the reason why Alakazam, or I guess Mega Alakazam, outdamages Mewtwo on Psychic is because of Critical Strike 2. Like, it's an extra 20% damage, right? On every single crit, and it's pretty crazy. So there's that as well. I guess you could also like do some kind of like guild DPS version, right? If you're like Mewtwo died doing like the psychic stages, and you need another psychic striker, and you don't want to use Caitlyn, right? You know, you could do like this as well with recuperation, which restores HP after using a sync move, which is fantastic. Again, just get your other stuff in there as well. You do need a critical striker. Maybe not, and move gauge refresh for that then. And you know, pick up one less there. Like, this is just incredible. Like, Alakazam being, you know, one of the well, I wouldn't say one of the most, I mean, it's top 20 tankiest Pokemon in the game, right? Getting HP regen on every sync move, and then also getting like HP regen on 6th Sense as well every time you do that. What if we pick that as instead, and we go some other stats, right? Could find there we go, a special attack node. Yeah, as an all-out striker, this is a completely legitimate build as well. Like, if you have supports and you don't need like if you have like crit support, you don't need Dire Hit Critical Sword, you could like just completely ignore this path and just go up here, pick up Critical Countdown, right? And let's see, take that out, and then Psychic Move Gauge Refresh. And this is just like insane. I don't even know how Alakazam would like die, honestly. You got Reflect, you got like 2 heals from 6th Sense. You heal every time you sync, and again, this is assuming Alakazam has supports, right? So you don't need to pick up Critical Sword, and so like every time you hit him, like you have a 10% chance of reducing critical countdown. So basically your sync move comes 1 turn quicker on average, right? And every time you sync, you get HP back. This is an insane just tank striker build. So anyways, there you go. Alakazam Synchro, really good. Yeah, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel for some more Promo Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.